both of you could answer this question maybe. So what we do in BreakThrough that is possibly unfamiliar to lots of minds, other than lawyers and detectives, is that we do a deduction process. Yes, so we don't analyze, we just ask questions and we deduce from the answers, rather than, I reckon that's what's going on with that person, and then we contrive our questions around our expectation. So I'm wondering if that process of refining and refining and refining the process of the process of deduction helps with your treatments in BodyTalk.
Oh yeah, I can answer that. We already, when you first do fundamentals, you're trained, as much as it might be difficult initially, to not have an agenda. You're not fixated on the outcome. Your agenda is out of the way, and you get to learn that more and more. But with this process of deduction, where you're asking from such curiosity that the answer doesn't really sway you. It's not something you can, oh, that's the answer, or that's the answer. It actually just evokes more questions, more curiosity. It's really helped me so much in being able to have even, I don't know if this is the way of speaking about it, but I really don't have an agenda for a session other than we're making communication links. Or let's be curious about what is the body going to want to do today? Where is innate going to take us? And it's always such an adventure what comes out in a session and what happens. And it's really tough when people come and say, I want to work on this, and I know what I want to work on, and I've got a specific thing I want to address, because it seems like that just kind of, it puts a lid on the curiosity. Whereas now I'm like, well, okay, you've given us a heading. That's how the way I speak now. You've given us a focus, you've given us a heading. Now let's see where innate wants to go. And just more and more possibilities come to the surface. It's really quite wonderful. So I think it's more dynamic, more creative, more respectful, more in tune with the system, because you're not trying to say, oh, I know what I want to work with, it's this. You're actually giving the body mind an opportunity to express what it really wants to work with. And I think that's a very special aspect of BodyTalk, that we really respect the system so much. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that, I don't know if I could say for myself that that I'm consciously aware of the deductive process in my sessions. I've been practicing for 23 years now and have gone through, every year every month there's shifts and changes, and things happen and sessions continue to unfold. But it seems that I associate the deductive process with outside the box thinking, right? Kind of what I mentioned earlier in that podcast story of, we learn that things are a particular way. And so when in the beginning, when I learned, BodyTalk, and these are the techniques, and these are the techniques that you do, and here's the protocol, and here's the exploring procedure, and you ask these are questions, and these are the limited set of questions that you can ask to explore, and these are the limited concepts that you're looking for: time, person, place, object, activity, event. Oh, these kinds of active memories, belief systems, and these specific types of events, and these, this, that, and the other. And, that hyper kind of we all keep doing this. I feel like Madonna, like like this inside the box, right? It's inside the box thinking, right? All of these just limitations, like, yes, a structure is helpful. Structure is important, or else everything would just collapse. But within that structure, within the framework of the BodyTalk protocol, the breakthrough protocol, there's an infinite amount of flexibility within that, an infinite room for exploration. So what I find in my sessions and in my practice when it comes to something like deductive thinking and how breakthrough ties in with that, it's just more and more, as the days, the weeks, the months and years go by, more and more Ben is out of the way. And all of these assumptions and all of this conditioning is less and less of an issue, and information just comes. Information just comes. And it's always amazing to me how, when I share that with clients, how much it's spot on for them. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going. Like, how did you know that? I didn't know that. I didn't know that, right? But it was interesting. So yeah, so I don't know if I can really speak to deductive reasoning per se so specifically in my sessions, because I don't know if I operate really in that way consciously, but it is always this, like you said, Caroline, this curiosity and this exploration of just, let's see what comes out. Okay, these are the issues, these are the health issues that you're wanting help with today. Okay, that's helpful information. It gives us a little bit of a focus. It gives us some touching, some kind of anchor points, things to come back to. But let's see where things go. And this is, I think that's especially for clients who are new to BodyTalk, for clients who are new to the type of work along these lines, which is not at all Cartesian, right? We talk about that in BodyTalk fundamentals, where it's so linear, analytical, and this leads to this, and this is that, and you follow the steps, and here's the recipe, and here's the instruction manual, and you just do this step, you do this step, you do this step. Yeah, in the beginning in fundamentals, you need that structure. You need to learn those basic steps, but then after some time, with continued practice with BodyTalk and with the assistance of breakthrough and the neuroplasticity which that supports, that becomes less and less of the process, it seems. And we encourage that, especially, at least I encourage that as an instructor, in the advanced classes. I always say, so now you're working at a more advanced level. We're no longer going step by step by step by step. Now it's more of the idea of, instead of going step by step through the protocol or the exploring procedure, now in a sense you're going to be teleporting through the procedure and protocol. You're going to be here, and then all of a sudden you'll find yourself over here, and then all of a sudden you'll find yourself over here, and over here, and over here. And even John said, when it comes to something like the protocol, and especially PaRama BodyTalk, we have the advanced chart, but he said several times if he had his druthers, he would just be like a shake-up puzzle, like nothing is in any particular order, and just go wherever you're led to go. But that requires a certain amount of mental flexibility, which is enhanced with breakthrough, in my experience. Because
of something.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Well, because if I'm locked into, this is how it is, and this is how it has to be, and these are the steps I followed, and my instructor or my mentor said this is how it needs to be, and you can only follow a step, and like, no, you're not following the rules, and it has to be like this. I mean, the limitation, right? And I feel, it just feels so uncomfortable to me because that's just not natural.